So you've determined your AI usage. It's not one of these things where the explainability matters, the speed to market matters. How do you select the right AI techniques?
Yeah. So let's dive into it. So what are some AI techniques that we could look at? And when we look at AI these days, people jump straight to let's use ChatGPT or let's build with an LLM. But honestly, a simple machine learning model would have solved the problem in a week and at fraction of a cost. So let's break this down in a way that's useful for product decisions. So when I think of AI techniques, I think of them in three buckets. The first is this traditional ML, where this is your regression models or your random forests or your XGBoost, the stuff that's been around for years. It's mature, it's reliable, and honestly, it still powers most of the AI that you interact with daily. The second is deep learning. Now, this is your neural networks, your computer vision, your speech recognition. And this thrives where when you're dealing with, say, image, video, audio, any form of unstructured data that has some sophisticated pattern recognition. And the third is where we get to Gen AI, where it's your LLMs, your diffusion models, your stable diffusion, your ChatGPTs, your Claudes. Now, here's what's interesting. These aren't competitors. They are tools in your toolkit. And the best AI products, they usually probably come in multiple approaches. So I would say choose ML when you have structured data and you need to predict or classify something. So think in terms of, say, spreadsheets. The sweet spot for ML is when you're predicting a number or a category, or you have historical data with clear patterns, or you need the model to explain its decisions, or speed and cost really matter. So some examples of where traditional ML techniques still thrive is like your fraud detection or predicting the customer churn for your websites. So as a PM, a question you should ask is, can I put this problem in a spreadsheet with clear input columns and an output I want to predict? If the answer is yes, then start with ML and don't have to complicate it. Looking into deep learning, use deep learning when you're dealing with, say, perception tasks like image, video, audio, or when the patterns are too complex for traditional machine learning to capture. And think about it this way. Deep learning shines when humans can do the task easily, but it's really hard to write explicit rules for. Like, for example, when I see your face, I know this is Akash. It's easy for me, but if you ask me, write it in code as to what are those features that make me think that this is Akash, this if-then statements, it's impossible to translate this problem into. And that's where deep learning comes in. So some of your examples like medical image diagnosis or manufacturing defect detection, where computer vision can scan products on an assembly line and figure out, is this widget cracked or is this label misaligned? Classic examples of where computer vision could be used. Voice assistance, which is converting your speech to text. All of these are great with deep learning. So now a question that as a PM you should ask is this a perception problem? Am I dealing with images, audio, video? If yes, and you need to understand what's in that media, probably deep learning is your friend now. Now here's the catch. Deep learning needs more data, more compute, and is less explainable than traditional machine learning.
Right.
The trade-off that you as a PM need to be aware of.
And then Gen AI?
Yeah, the hot topic. Now, use Gen AI when you want to understand, generate, or reason over natural languages or images. Now, the breakthrough with LLMs isn't that they can just write. It's that they can read, they can comprehend context, reason across information, and they can respond appropriately, which is fundamentally different from any traditional AI system. So Gen AI is the right choice when you're dealing with a natural language interface where your users need to interact with your product using some conversational language, not probably just clicking buttons or filling forms. Gen AI is a good starting point there. Content generation is the other use case where you want to write copy, you want to write product descriptions, you want to write email drafts. So if you're creating net new text or images, Gen AI is a good use case to be applied. And when you need reasoning and synthesis, now LLMs can take information from multiple sources, understand context, and make judgments. So unstructured reasoning and synthesis, GenAI is your friend. So as a PM, the question that you have to ask is, does this task require reading or writing in natural language? Or do I need common sense reasoning, not just pattern matching? And are my users going to interact conversationally with this product? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, GenAI is probably in your solution.
I hope you're enjoying today's episode. Are you interested in becoming an AI product manager, making hundreds of thousands of dollars more, joining OpenAI and Anthropic? Then you might want to do a course that I've taken myself, the AI PM certificate ran by OpenAI product leader Mikdad Jaffer. If you use my code and my link, you get a special discount on this course. It is a course that I highly recommend. We have done a lot of collaborations together on things like AI product strategy. So check out our newsletter articles if you want to see the quality of the type of thinking you'll get. One of my frequent collaborators, Pavel Hearn, is the Build Labs leader. So you're going to live build an AI product with Pavel's feedback if you take this AIPM certificate. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to use my code and my link in order to get a special discount. And now back into today's episode. I hope you enjoyed that short clip. You can check out the full episode here.